So just by the nature of being in a broken, fallen world, there are going to be lies that we run into. And we need to understand that we have an adversary that is constantly trying to lie to us. He's been doing that from the beginning. In John 10:10, Jesus said, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." So Jesus came to bring us life, but the enemy's always trying to steal that. He's trying to steal our identity. He's trying to steal our purpose. He wants to keep us from the kingdom of God entirely, but if he can't do that, he wants to make us walk around as miserable as we possibly can, stuck in anxiety, depression, you name it, abandonment, rejection, all these things. Where God's saying, I have exactly the opposite of that for you.
Right.
But it's so hard to believe because most of the lies the enemy sows into wounds from our past. Heart wounds. And now these wounds can be as big as a major trauma, like abuse or neglect. And I know in this room that there are people who've gone through some serious trauma, and I'm so sorry for that. And the enemy wants to take that place and accuse God's character and your identity through that and have you live out of the lies. And then also, the enemy can sow lies into a wound as small as a paper cut. I was praying with a woman a few years ago, and she had the Lord reveal to her in our prayer time that someone had made an offhanded comment that she barely remembered, comparing her to someone else. And that in that place of, oh, wait, she started believing lies about her worth. She started believing she was worthless and started kind of just comparing herself to everyone around her. And she didn't even remember until the Lord highlighted that moment, that it was that person who made an offhanded comment.
Amazing.
And so she had to be free from that. She had to forgive the person for making that comment. That made that wound where the enemy sowed the lies. So that's really the process that we go through in listening prayer. And you don't need to have a prayer session to do this. You can do this on your own with the Lord. But we need to let the Lord show us what hurts. When did this start? When did I start believing the lie? And there's usually someone else involved, either by things that they did or didn't do. So if a parent abandoned us, rejected us, even a mismatch of love languages can cause a wound that the enemy sows lies into.
Right.
Yeah, and my kids, I'm an acts of service person, but some of them are real physical touch. And so that's not as natural for me to be and so that can be a place where lies are sown. So we have to deal with that and realize, hey, the enemy's at work, but God is stronger, so we can overcome this.